crowd of protesters demanding the government act fast and bring the abducted students and teachers home. Let's take a look.
We definitely face police. Oh yes. We are not here to fight. Police. Listen, we are ready to tell them that police. When you are ready, we are here in this case.
VDM has now led protests in Abuja and Ibadan, and the crowd that followed him tells you everything Nigerians are not just angry online. They're angry in the streets. The message is clear. 1 month is too long. The children must come home, and no amount of negotiations, press conferences, or condolence visits will satisfy Nigerians until every single one of them walks free. Ayo.
All right, okay, well done to VDM. Kudos to him. This isn't the first protest, peaceful protest that he has staged based on the state of insecurity in the country. And this is where he took it to the Oyo State government, and that's where that infamous, now become an infamous speech by the governor, Seyi Makinde, has come out of. But let's face some realities here. I believe that one of the few people who've spoken the truth with regards to negotiations with terrorists in this insecurity situation is Governor Seyi Makinde, because this question has been asked again and again, that why have we had rescues or rescue operations without a single arrest in some instances? The Papiri school children, the church in Kwara State, and a few other areas like that. We have had one of the most peaceful rescue operations in Nigeria thus far. Of course, what a lot of people would be grateful for, and family members, is the fact that these people have been brought back home, they've been rescued, so whatever it takes. But there's a danger with that. And that's why there's a stance across the world, not just in Nigeria, that we do not negotiate with terrorists. The danger with that is that once you create an economy or a market or make it viable for terrorists to feel that if they do something in particular, it would force the hands of the government to negotiate with them, that is a big problem. And that's what we're going to see with this admission by Governor Seyi Makinde that, yes, I understand the peculiarities. Even the Showon of Omosho, when he was interviewed by Mr. Bao Adeoye, had said the same thing, that we do not want collateral damages. These children are too young. We want every single one of them out alive. So you cannot just embark on just any mission. That's understandable. But to admit it, to say that we are speaking to them, and we know what negotiations are, money will be exchanged or criminals will be exchanged, it would embolden the others who are also holding people in captivity. If you're saying because of the special case, it would mean that they would target more students and more schools, because it looks like this is where you get to force the hand of the government. But do I blame them? I don't really, because as long as the state does not have monopoly on force, we would have to have conversations around negotiations, and that is a big problem. We are funding the criminal activities, we are funding an economy of criminalities, and then in using the reinforcement theory by B.F. Skinner, as long as there are no consequences for actions, it reinforces the action, and we will continue to see more of this. That is my concern with this. What do we want the children back home? Absolutely. However, what we would like for the government to do is to show that they have a higher level of force. They have the monopoly of force as it ought to be. That's one. Number two is that we prevent. Now we understand that they see the weak point, in quotes, of this government, of any government really. If you touch the children of any government, of any nation, you have touched the heart of that nation. And so what should we begin to do? Let us increase security for our schools. Let us increase security for our students. Let us ensure that any school that does not have perimeter fencing, does not have state presence, should not be in operation at the moment, should not be sitting at the moment. What the Kogi state government did with the recent killing of the Basuji, one of the criminal elements, was that they actually moved students from a vulnerable school to a safer location who are writing WAEC. These are the kinds of moves we want to see from governors, not just reactive, but proactive. You know the issues, you know what they are doing, you know what they are targeting. We need to sit up and face it. But I still subscribe to no negotiations with terrorists, because once you begin to do with one, it will be difficult to stop, and you embolden the others to go ahead and continue this life of criminality, because, I mean, they almost get rewarded for it at the end of the day. What we need is a show of force and to say no tolerance to this evil in our country. That's what we need.
Very, very delicate. I mean, we're talking about children, like, you know, how